The west wall of the third floor features portraits of Alberta's royal representatives, the Lieutenant Governors. If you look over here, you can have a peek inside the Lieutenant Governor's office. Unlike the Premier, the Speaker of the House, or the MLAs, the Lieutenant Governor isn't elected by Alberta citizens. Nobody votes for them in an election, they don't campaign, and they are not a part of any political party. They are appointed by the Governor-General of Canada based on recommendations from the Prime Minister. Lieutenant Governors can come from any background. What matters most when selecting a person for this role is the positive impact they've had on the province and its people. So, what does this figure do in our parliamentary system? First and foremost, they represent the Crown. Even though Canada is an independent nation, the monarch is Canada's head of state. The Crown holds certain constitutional and ceremonial responsibilities, including safeguarding our democratic system of government. The Crown's representative is at the very top of our system of government, even above the Premier. The Lieutenant Governor gives the provincial government the authority to exercise legislative, executive, and judicial powers. When the Legislative Assembly creates a new law, it must be approved by the Crown before it can become official. As the King lives halfway across the world, it is not possible for him to give his assent every time. So, the Lieutenant Governor stands in for him and provides royal assent. The Lieutenant Governor fulfills other ceremonial duties within the legislature, such as delivering the speech from the throne during the opening day of the Legislative Assembly. This grand ceremony is one of the few times in the year when the Lieutenant Governor is permitted to enter the chamber. Because the Lieutenant Governor is appointed and not elected by citizens, they cannot step foot inside the chamber without permission. Once they are inside, the Lieutenant Governor reads a speech written by the current government that outlines their goals and intentions for the upcoming session. Once the speech from the throne has been read, session can officially begin. When a particular session has come to an end and the members have introduced, debated, and voted on all of the bills before the Assembly, the Lieutenant Governor officially ends or prorogues it. When it's time for a provincial election, the Lieutenant Governor also dissolves the legislature and announces the election date, which gets things rolling towards the day of the vote. You've probably noticed that a lot of our Lieutenant Governors are wearing the same outfit. This uniform is called the Civil Half-Dress Uniform, and it reminds us that the Lieutenant Governor started as a military position. That's also why you see them carrying a sword. And no, they never use the sword in any of the ceremonial duties. You've probably also noticed the gold embroidery. The gold embroidery on the jacket is in fact made with real gold. And even though these people represent the monarch, they still have to buy this uniform all on their own. Now this is a portrait of the Honorable Ralph Steinhauer. He was Canada's first Indigenous Lieutenant Governor and an elected chief of the Saddle Lake Cree Nation. As you can see, the Honorable Steinhauer changed this long-standing tradition of wearing the civil half-dress uniform and instead chose to wear traditional chief's regalia for ceremonies like speech from the throne and royal assent. His regalia includes a full buckskin suit, a beaded tie, and a feathered headdress. Thanks to the Honorable Steinhauer, the Lieutenant Governor now chooses whatever form of dress they feel is appropriate. His decision shows how the Lieutenant Governor can be both a royal representative and a representative of the people of the province. We have something else in the building that represents the monarch. It's called the mace, and we'll learn about that next.